We are live on the sports office from the lodge in Keego Harbor. This is unprecedented. This is the first time that we've done the show this way. It really is incredible. I'm going to bring in Woody Woodruff like you've never seen Woody Woodruff before. Come on in, Woody. And Eddie Mio, former Red Wing, amazing friend of the family, friend of the program. I absolutely love this night. I think, for one, because we get to see Woody like this.
Yeah, it's nice.
But because the joy, the camaraderie, the fundraising, the people that come together, it's really second to none.
You're right, Hammer. I mean, we've been doing this for 15 years now with Killer's Christmas, and it is crazy because to see what it started as, to see what it is now, I mean, it's like night and day. And I just want to thank everybody who keeps coming out year after year. I mean, people see me all the time. They're like, oh, Woody, I saw your costume last year was a snowman. This year it looks great and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're having fun out here, and we're raising money for a very good, I think maybe 4 or 5 different charities, right? So it's really
children's charities. Yeah, and Tom Kowalski, as we all know, was a really giving guy. But we're going to take a pause. We're going to talk about the charity and the fundraising in just a minute. I do want to talk a little sports with both of you guys, and I want to start with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you follow the Red Wings. You played hockey for a long time in your career. What is it that you've seen from this team this year? I think a lot of fans are a little bit frustrated, Eddie, because they kind of go like this. What do you see as building blocks that are the positives from this team?
Well, the real good thing I see is that Stevie's brought up the young kids, and we're starting to play them. And the only way you get better is get them experience. So I think we've got the right combination. As, you know, you're right. The last 3 years, we've always had a chance to make the playoffs, and it's like you said, up and down. We go in that one little slump at the wrong time. Hopefully we can avoid that this year and stay within striking distance. But I think the young guys are going to help. The fresh legs, they're learning from the older guys like Kane and DeBrincat and Van Vriesbach. But the point is, I'm liking this year a lot better than the last 2 years.
no doubt.
Encouraging.
Yeah, it is very encouraging. I mean, like Eddie said, a lot of the young guys, I mean, Sandy Pellica, Marco Casper, guys like that, starting to come around, starting to show that they belong in this kind of thing, and they're getting some serious lessons, like Eddie said, from guys like Larkin and Raymond and, Sider and guys like that.
Like that Finney guy, too.
Yes.
Say Vinny, I love Vinny.
Awesome. He's skilled, he's quick, and he brings energy to that front line. At least they were the first line on Tuesday night.
And I'm loving what Todd McClellan brings from the coaching standpoint, because it seems that he's a no-nonsense guy. The guys understand what he wants, and it seems that he's getting what he wants from these guys.
Well,
Although, I'm sure he would like to have it a little more consistent than it is right now.
He makes the guys accountable, whereas we haven't had that in the past. We just took it that we're rebuilding, but sooner or later we got to stop rebuilding and start making the playoffs again.
Let me ask you this from a goaltending perspective, because you know a lot about that position. When you've got 2 guys that rotate, how can you make sure that it's successful and that guys get proper rest and all of that?
Well, I'm a big advocate of that, especially nowadays, because I think you've seen what has happened to Hellebuck and Winnipeg playing all those games. And I never blame a goaltender. I mean, I mentioned at the 100-year celebration at the Fox, that the 2 toughest positions to play in Detroit is a quarterback for the Lions and a goaltender for the Red Wings. But with the 2 guys, I did it. Herb Brooks did it to me in New York with the Rangers. I find that if my partner goes out and plays a good game and wins, I'm getting ready for that next game because I want to play well and win. So I think that, sooner or later it's going to get to 2-1, 3-1, get ready for the playoffs. But right now it seems to work. We've got 2 snap goaltenders, and right, they're veterans. They've been around for a while, and you're going to need those guys in the tough times.
All right. Well, they need to introduce you behind the bar, from what I understand, right? So I'll let you get over there. Thank you for your time, Eddie Mio. It's always good to see you. Thanks, honey. We're kissing on the sports office. This is unprecedented. All right. Wait, I want to just hit last night's Lions game with you, obviously, Woody. That was such a desperation win. They needed that in a big way. And what do you think it is about this team that whenever they have their backs against the wall, they just find this next gear?
I think it's a mindset. We saw a shift in attitude last night for the Lions. I mean, they know what was at stake. Must win the whole thing. Everybody was saying it all week long. But once they got out on the field and Amon-Ra St. Brown was playing, it seemed that everybody got lifted a little bit. And you know, I don't know how you're going to combat Jahmyr Gibbs and the speed that he shows. I don't know how you're going to combat the toughness that David Montgomery shows. I don't know how you're going to combat the speed that Jameson Williams has. So the thing is, they need to continue to keep putting this together. And the guy I'm most proud of last night is Kelvin Shepherd. He went out of his comfort zone. He changed the scheme. He did a lot of different things, and it paid off.
That was my favorite thing I think that we heard from Aiden Hutchinson in the post-game comments, is that what they wanted to do was kind of take the reins off, right? They let him go. They let him rush. They played a little more zone, so the guys didn't have to cover on the back end as long, and it paid dividends. How much more do we expect to see that type? Okay, wait. Matt Riley.
I know.
Is this just...
Yes, Matt Riley is crazy. But the answer to your question, how much more are we expecting? I think that now the fuse has been lit, that we're going to see it burn, and it's going to start to explode real soon. I am not convinced that the LA Rams are going to beat the Lions. I think the Lions can easily go out to LA and handle business. They only have one more home game left this season, and that's against Pittsburgh in what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks? So yeah, I think they can continue to do this. If they can run the table, then that would be astronomical. But all they got to do is just keep winning game after game after game. Come on, let's get it done. We're close.
We're gonna get TJ Lang on here. He's got to turn his T-shirt inside out. Actually, he's got
who's supposed to be behind the bar. I think my time is up too with Eddie Mio.
going behind the bar.
Behind the bar.
Let me,
Oh,
yeah, tell us about.
Everyone wants to know what I'm wearing underneath this. You know,
Pull out.
it's just pants. Okay, just stop all that. It's not like there's a huge tree trunk under there or something like that. Okay, all right.
You're a Christmas this year. The last year you were the best little snowman. All right.
Hey, I'm sorry you guys missed it. You should have been here.
So I'm going to just set the stage a little bit for you all who are watching on the Sports Office tonight. This is really an incredible night. We've been doing this now for 15 years here at the Lodge in Keego Harbor. And we raised money for 4 children's charities in Metro Detroit. DBG Detroit is one of them. Team Joseph, that is looking to fight and find a cause and a cure for muscular dystrophy, for MD for kids, all for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, I should say. Also, Defeat the Label. It's a great organization program that helps defeat bullying and teach kids that it's not about labels. It's not about what you wear and what you do. It's just about the person you present to yourself in society. Well, we're going to have to hit the drop button on that. A little Matt Riley buffoonery shenanigans there. But anyway, so we're here all night long at the Lodge in Keego Harbor. There's celebrity bartenders behind the bar. And we're raising money through tips. If people come out here, you can also do killercares.org. Go onto that website and join in, and $5, $10, whatever you have, whatever you can donate is always welcome with this cause. So there will be celebrity bartenders behind the bar until 1 a.m. tonight. And people are just having a good time. It's a great way to kick off the holiday season, because after a Lions win, the city of Detroit is electric. They needed that win so desperately. And so many people really wanted to make sure that the Lions could kind of keep their playoff hopes alive. And that essentially was a playoff game last night at Ford Field that we saw. So we're going to get another guest here in just a minute. TJ Lang is coming to join us. I'm going to actually get Matt Riley. Aha. I've got Dina Centofanti, who's going to come and join me. Sorry, I'm bringing Dina over. We're on the Sports Office stream. Oh, tell us a little bit about your experience behind the bar there. How were people tipping tonight, Dean?
People are so nice. I mean, it warms my heart to be here, because they're happy to be here to donate, and they're so nice to us, and big fans of you and Fox 2 and the whole thing. It's just it's very humbling.
All right, so I want to know, what was the most complicated drink you were asked to make?
I just made a Malibu rum cranberry. I know, I was like, oh.
Doesn't sound good.
Now listen, some of the ladies put the liquor in first, no ice. You count to 5. That's how you make a drink. Get the glass, you put the liquor in, you count to 5. Then you fill it with ice. Then you top it off with the soda or the cranberry. I made Mary Jo's drink.
You're teaching me something. Oh yeah, Mary Jo said her drink was very good. Actually, we're going to need Mary Jo over here. Will you get Mary Jo and bring her to me?
Yeah, you want me to go get her?
Mary Jo Sanders, yes, is a Hall of Fame boxer. Please do.
Yeah.
And ask the guys to turn the music down too.
Turn the music down and get Mary Jo. But got it.
Mary Jo first, then the music.
Okay, Mary Jo first.
Yeah. So as you can see, the sports office tonight is a little fluid. There's actually, I'm going to have Matt. Can you flip your camera around, Matt, so we can show a little bit? Not really. So we can see here. I'll get out of the way so you can see all of the people. Like it's a great event here. They will have hundreds of people here throughout the night, and we will be raising money. $150,000 is our goal for this evening. I'm going to bring my friend Matt Riley. Yeah, we're on the stream, Matt. So you swore on your microphone there behind the bar.
We're not on live TV though. We're streaming.
Okay, well, streaming, we try not to swear on the sports office. And then Mary Jo's going to jump in here with us. Come on in here, MJ.
I never swear.
Hey, what time's our break, Matt? What time is it right now? 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. All right, we've got 4 minutes till our break.
Okay.
All right, first of all, this lady needs very little introduction. Mary Jo Sanders, Hall of Fame boxer, daughter of Charlie Sanders, who's also an NFL Hall of Fame tight end for the Detroit Lions. I want to ask you first and foremost, MJ, tell me about that win last night. How fired up were you?
Holy moly. I mean, go life. It was such a conglomerate. Everybody played their part and then some. I mean, from injuries, the coaching, shout out to coach. It was everybody. That's a coach you love to play for. And you couldn't get those. I mean, we were like, injuries, what? Hold my football and I'll take it back and make a touchdown. Like, they were like, we don't care if we're hurt. With the grit, the heart, everything that we've been talking about. Everybody played. This was the Lions team that I was yearning to see. Everybody had it together.
And it felt like it had been a while since we had seen this team come out.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them play. We've seen them win. But this was like everything. I mean, this was everything. Everybody. It was just a beautiful conglomerate. Everything worked.
All right. Do you wish that every bartender you had behind the bar tonight had the enthusiasm of this one?
First of all, I don't know if it's Virtue or Wojo or TJ, but somebody's worried about their job right now. Because that was in the analysis.
It should be Wojo.
Oh my God, Wojo said. But we, you know what? If Wojo fails at that job, we can always be a bartender. We know how he does at the bar, right?
Pours very heavy drinks.
Yeah.
No, well, mostly for him. You're lucky you're not on this show.
Let me ask you, though, in all seriousness, this cause is incredible. We knew Tom Kowalski well. He was one of your best friends. What would he think about all of this?
So, people ask me that. First of all, he would call me a bunch of names for doing this, because that's the way he was, right? He'd be like, why are you doing this? The thing that's amazing about this is that we've kept his memory and his face alive and his passion for kids. But he would shed a tear. We never saw the big guy cry, right? He would cry.
So we've got to take a quick break here. Will you guys stick around with me? I'm trying to get TJ in a PG-13 t-shirt so that we can let's get TJ a t-shirt so he can talk a little Lions with us too. We're going to take a break. Oh, 30 seconds. I still have 30 seconds. All right. Wait, I wanted to ask you one other thing though. All the money that's raised here tonight goes directly to the charities. How rare is that?
So we pride ourselves in that. You know, there's a lot of charities you search and like they're spending money on this and the other. Nobody on payroll, handful of expenses, credit card expenses here and there. little bit of printing, and that's it. Everything goes to the kids.
All right, we're going to a quick break. We're going to come back. We got more from the Lodge at Keego Harbor, Killers Christmas charity event. Stick with us. Box 2 in the sports office, bringing you a little holiday cheer. Hi, we're back on, right? We're back on. Sorry, I just had to go ask the guy who controls the music to turn it down a little bit because it's a little bit loud. All right, Walt, Marisa, you guys have been here since the beginning with this Killers Christmas. As you see, we're celebrating 15 years. I first want to ask you about Team Joseph and Duchenne muscular dystrophy, because a lot of the money that's raised here tonight goes towards that. For people who aren't aware just how debilitating it is, how it's life-changing, and obviously it's touched you personally with your son, Joseph.
Absolutely. So Duchenne is a form of muscular dystrophy. It's a progressive degenerative disease. My youngest son, Joseph, was diagnosed at the age of 5, almost 18 years ago. And at that time, they said, just take him home and love him. There were very little research, no treatments. And it's a progressive degenerative disease. And over time, we've funded research. A lot of progress has been made with research. And we continue to do that, but now we help families with all the needs that come along with a debilitating diagnosis, like power wheelchairs and ramps and wheelchair vans. And we pay for families to get to doctor appointments just to try to level the playing field. Because when you get a diagnosis like that, getting what you need to take care of your loved one should never be pay to play. So we just try to look for gaps and help families to navigate it.
Especially when there's so little known about the said disease. Tell us how Joseph is doing today and just some of the things that this event has helped bring to kids like him and other kids.
So there's been a ton of progress, a lot of research, some treatments on the horizon, some treatments approved. Quality of care is better. So Joseph, although he's in a power wheelchair full time and he's lost most of his mobility, he just graduated from Michigan State University. So go green, go white. We're all Spartans here tonight.
That's really incredible. And you know what I love too about you the most is that you've rattled cages for this cause. You've really rattled some cages because there's not awareness, and maybe sometimes that's the biggest key.
We just got to persist, and we just tell the story one person at a time. You know, we told it to Tom Kowalski 17 years ago, and he jumped right in and said, I am all in. I want to help you. And I one time asked Tom, why Team Joseph? And he was so sweet. He said, you know, the greatest stories in sports are about the underdogs. And he said, Marisa, you are an underdog, but you have a shot at winning. And that's why we love you, want to help you, because you have a shot of making it. And that changed like my vision and my belief, because Killer was like, we are all in. Yeah.
So, and I want to bring this to all of you that are watching. Walt, Tom was one of your best friends.
Yep.
And when this event started, it was just a little bitty thing at the brew house where he just wanted people to come and donate toys to kids in Keego Harbor. How much have you seen it grow and change over the years? And just speak to a little bit of Tom's heart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he started out with, no one would go without a Christmas or a present under the tree, and that's what we did for many years. And then it turned into, well, what about heat and food and those kind of things that are sometimes more important than a gift.
That most people take for granted.
Food and security. So we started diverting, or more of those funds started going towards fueling kids' futures. And then Team Joseph is we're in support of Team Joseph, as Tom was. And then we have downtown boxing gym, etc. So but yeah, I know Tom and I were roommates from many years before he met Marisa. So we lived together in this neighborhood behind here. And he was just a great friend.
We're just trying to make sure that, wait, Bill Keenis, you can jump in here any old day of the week. No, I like you in here. Wait, we have 1 minute till break? So you people are seeing like bare bones TV streaming. It's in the moment. It's very live. It's very real. We're on our stream, Bill. You knew Tom Kowalski very well because you did. How long did you do PR for the Lions? You're in the Hall of Fame too, in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're going to have you step out of the way.
Yeah, Tom was beyond special. And my two sons grew up with him. He was like an uncle to them. And it's still going strong after 15 years, which is a testament to Tom, but also to everybody involved.
It really is. And I think, like I asked you, Walt, I know, what would Tom think of this night and all of the fuss in his name?
Well, I know he'd be proud of how much it's grown, how much money we've made, but I think he would want his name off of it. Because I think he would say, don't put my name on that. Just do it. Keep doing it. And I think he'd be really happy to see. Also, there's a lot of people from this neighborhood, from this area that meet. Sometimes we only see them once a year. I think he'd be happy to see the people year after year coming together.
So many familiar faces, right? We get to see the same people. All right, I got to wrap this up. We got to go to break. Bill Keenis, Marisa, Walt, you guys, thank you so much for being here. The Tom Kowalski Christmas Foundation. We are raising money for a great cause. We're going to go to break. We've got a couple of minutes when we come back. Hey, and if you're interested in popping over here tonight, there's going to be folks behind the bar still raising money till I think 1 or 2 a.m. What time does this go till?
The bar closes and
Will they lock us out? All right, got to go to break. Back after this. I'm on. Come here, TJ. Stand here. Cover your shirt.
Cover something.
You gotta cover. All right. TJ Lang, he's part of our pregame show on Fox 2, joining us in the sports office with his naughty t-shirt. What time are you behind the bar, buddy?
Naughty. I'm supposed to be behind the bar right now.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that you're out here doing this with us. Give me a sense. I just want your take on last night's game. How much do you think that's the real Lions team, or what we saw a week ago against the Cowboys or against Green Bay is the real Lions team?
Yeah, look, I think that last night was a reminder. Not only they don't care about reminding the fans of who they are, I think they need to remind themselves of who they are. And that was one of those games where you could tell, hey, it's a playoff type game, man. Our backs are against the wall, and you don't want to admit that as a player, but you know the circumstance going to the game. So, look, they came out, they showed up. A lot of different guys had to show up, and injuries happen, and offensively, defensively, didn't matter. Guys stepped in and made some plays when they needed to have them the most.
All right, get back to work. The show is over. Is that what you're telling me, Matt? 20 seconds. All right. What's your best drink? What's your best drink? What do you make?
Beer. I'm really good at pouring beer out of the tap. Yeah, that's about it.
TJ Lang.
Make a really strong vodka if you want one too.
All right, we're going. Thank you for joining us on the Sports Office. We'll see you next Monday.